Jai Hind officers. I, Komal, welcome you all to the official YouTube channel of SSB Short Academy. So this is a small initiative by SSB Short Academy of a knowledge video series, and this is a video into that series only. So before starting with the today's topic, I have one small quote for all of you. Dreams don't work unless you do. You can see there are different pictures on the present slide from different defense forces, Para-ASF, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. So if you all are watching this video, I feel like you all are aspiring to become the defense forces personnel. And for that, dreams are not only the thing which you need to do. You have to convert your dreams into the plans and those plans into the actions. Then only you will be able to achieve your career. So don't need to worry about it. We all are here to help you with that. And I will be addressing all of you as officers only, because I feel like whatever we speak comes to our way. So officers, let's get started. So let's start with my introduction. I am Komal and I have given AFCAT 2 times and CDS 2 times, and I cleared all those exams. Also, I got recommended from 3AFSB Gandhinagar. Now with our today's general awareness topic is the very basic topic that is known as Introduction to Indian Polity. We all know polity and history, these are two subjects which creates the base of any examination. Whether you want to give AFCAT, CDS, SSC examination, there will be few questions. Sometimes they can be 5 or 6 questions, sometimes it can be only 2 to 3 questions, but those questions are very important to deal with, because if you talk about AFCAT always gives you at least 2 questions from Indian polity. So you have to study very hard, because we are not just studying for qualifying the exam, we are studying to get into the academy, and only possible way to get into the academy is to get into the merit list. And merit list can only differ for you when you are learning well and you are learning differently from that of the crowd, and that is where we are here to support you, because we all know that many of the students, or most of the students, they leave general awareness part because they feel like they would be able to do the paper with the maths, reasoning, English, but only those people score high who study general awareness as well. So today's topic is Introduction to Indian Polity.
Are you preparing for defense written exams like NDA, CDS, AFCAT or Sainik School Entrance Exam? Join our written exam preparation courses, practice mock tests and get expert mentor support. Call us at 725 940 7111.
So the very first word on this slide is polity, and the meaning of polity is basically the process by which any civil government or any sort of government is formed. So what is polity, what is democracy, what is parliamentary form of government, what is direct democracy? Today I'll be clearing all your doubts. Polity is the process how the government will be selected, or how the government will be formed for any country or for any geographical area. Now, when we talk about Indian polity, it is based on the concept of democracy. Like whenever we are forming our government, it is on the terms of the democracy. Now, you must be confused that, okay, formation is done on the basis of polity. Yeah, that's the process only, कि कोई भी process, कौन सा process हम select करेंगे हमारी government को form करने के लिए, और Indian government कौन सा formation process select करती है? It is known as डेमोक्रेसी। नाउ डेमोक्रेसी क्या है? इसमें एक ऐसा सिस्टम ऑफ गवर्नमेंट बनाते हैं हम, जो किसके थ्रू होता है कि कुछ पॉपुलेशन या सारी पॉपुलेशन किसी कंट्री की या किसी रीजन की अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को इलेक्ट करती है, और वो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स क्या करते हैं, उस पूरी कंट्री को या छोटे से रीजन को रूल करते हैं, उनके लिए लॉज बनाते हैं, उनके लिए गाइडलाइंस बनाते हैं। सो दिस इज व्हाट डेमोक्रेसी इज। Now, I'll tell you a few more names of like different types of polity or different types of government. That is theocracy, plutocracy, oligarchy, monarchy. You must have heard of these things. But democracy and monarchy are the two famous forms of government or polity. Democracies, you all know that the population or the citizens of a country or a region, they select their representatives. And in the monarchy, king is the head of the nation, and he or she, king or queen, basically runs whole country. So I hope this is clear to all of you. Now we have to see what are the types of democracy and which one India follows. So there are two types of democracies. First is direct democracy and another one is indirect. Very easy. What is direct democracy and what is indirect democracy? Very simple difference is that in direct democracy, which you can see here on the right side of the comparison, in direct democracy, if any law or any guideline, any rule has to be made, all the citizen will participate in the voting of that law. For example, if there is a country which needs to make a law over that now from 8 p.m. onwards, girls won't be eating golgappas. Okay, now this is a very basic law. ऐसे laws कभी बन नहीं सकते. Just for example, अगर ऐसा law बनाना है, नौ लड़कियां 8 बजे के बाद, आज से लड़कियां रात के 8 बजे के बाद गोलगप्पे नहीं खा सकती हैं। अगर एक ऐसा लॉ लेके आना है तो डायरेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी में ऐसा नहीं होगा, कोई पार्लियामेंट नहीं होगी, कोई लोग बैठे नहीं होंगे उसके अंदर। उसमें पूरे जो सिटीजन्स हैं, कंट्री के जितने भी लोग हैं, एक जो एज के ऊपर जैसे यूनिवर्सल एडल्ट फ्रेंचाइज होता है, तो एक जो सर्टेन एज के ऊपर जितने भी लोग हैं वो लोग अपना कंसेंट देंगे वेदर दे आर अग्रीइंग विद दिस लॉ और नॉट। और अगर मेजोरिटी अग्री कर जाती है तो वो लॉ बन जाता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल हो गया अगर वो लॉ पास, तो उस दिन के बाद से उस कंट्री में 8 बजे बाद कोई भी लड़कियां गोलगप्पे नहीं खाएंगी। But when we compare this to that of indirect democracy, or moreover it is known as republic, not all the time. So in indirect democracy, what happens? The citizens, they elect the representatives, they elect their MLAs, they elect their MPs, they elect those members who they feel like that they are willing to make laws for us, that they are willing to make rules for us. Now whenever there will be any law, for example similar law that boys they cannot go out after 8 p.m. जो लड़के हैं वो रात में 8 बजे के बाद बाहर नहीं जा सकते। जैसे ही ये लॉ आएगा, जो हमारे रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं, दे वुड बी हैविंग डिस्कशन एंड डिबेट ओवर दिस, दे वुड बी वोटिंग ऑन दैट लॉ। इफ द मेजोरिटी पासिस देन बैंग ऑन, लड़के 8 बजे के बाद बाहर नहीं जा सकते। लेकिन अगर वो लॉ को रिजेक्ट कर देते हैं, देन दैट बिकम्स, यू कैन से दैट इज नलिफाइड एंड वो लॉ नहीं बनता है। सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन डायरेक्ट एंड इनडायरेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी। In direct democracy, you could see that the citizens are involved in decision making. Citizens are making laws by voting. But in indirect democracy, we can see that the citizens, they are indirectly involved in the decision making. They have selected those representatives whom do they think that they are willing to make laws for all the population. Those representatives make law, and this is what known as indirect democracy. The only country in this whole world which is following direct democracy is Switzerland, and this direct democracy was first seen in Athens, Greece. And indirect democracy, other than Switzerland, every country is following. The countries which are following democracy, so they are following indirect type of democracy only, and it was first seen in the ancient Rome. And now you all have to answer me into the comment sections that which type of democracy India is following. I hope this is clear to all of you.
You can now download the SSB SureShot app from Google Play Store to access online courses related to SSB, personality development, and written exams like NDA, CDS, FCAT, and plenty of other preparation material. For a limited time period, you can apply the coupon code SureShot20 to get a flat 20% discount on all the courses. Hurry up and become a part of the SureShot family.
Now I'm giving all of you a small situation. Imagine whenever you are attempting an exam, you always have found out that there are guidelines always before the examination over the paper, or if you go to attempt the FCAT examination, there is the screen which is giving you following instructions. So if those instructions are missing in the normal, take yourself as a kid of 5 years old and you don't have those instructions given by your teacher or written on the paper, then what you would do? You would do anything. You would create a fuss or chaos in your examination paper. You would be attempting either all the questions, even if there were choices given which are mostly included in the instruction parts, or you would be doing none of the questions, because again instruction includes that all the questions attention is mandatory. So if those instructions, those small guidelines, if they are missing in this in the examination, we all know chaos is created into our examination paper. Imagine a situation where democracy is absent in the democracy, those instructions or those guidelines are absent. Then a country with which is full of chaos, which is full of ruckus, which is full of fuss, it would be created. So every democracy always needs certain written guidelines or instructions on which it can work. So these basic principles or these guidelines which are written for every country, they are known as the constitution of their respective countries. Now again I'll be trying to tell you what is constitution. Constitution, it is basically the principle, rules, laws, guidelines or framework to govern the people. They are the law of the nation or the state or any social group. It is not only stranded towards one country, it is everywhere. Constitution is everywhere. Take the example of your house. If your house, your mother has rules like that you have to come to house by this time, you don't need to turn on the television on from this time to this time, you have to eat here, you have to keep your clothes nicely into these like wherever the place is. If you have certain rules and you all are following that, then that is known as constitution of your house, because that is how you all people are living and your mother or your father is governing all of you. So constitution, I hope you all understood what is constitution. And this constitution, it's not always that it has to be a written book the way we are following. India is following a written type of constitution. We have a book and I'll be showing you afterwards also how constitution looks like. So it's not always that a constitution has to be in the written form. The constitution is of different two types. First is written, where all these rules, guidelines or laws, they all are written on the piece of paper and they are converted into a thick book. Or otherwise there is non-written constitution, or we say oral constitution. And afterwards I'll be telling you, it doesn't mean that if there is non-written constitution, so they don't, the countries which are following this non-written constitution, they do not have any piece of paper or laws written anywhere. It's not like that. It is basically, if they want to make any law, they can discuss normally. They don't have any prescribed formula how to create a law. But if they feel like this law is really good and they have formulated the law, they have made the law, then they would simply write it. It doesn't mean that if that is oral, they are learning all the laws, उनको सारे laws याद है, उन्हें लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है. ओरल और रिटन में यही डिफरेंस होता है, हमारे पास एक प्रिस्क्राइब्ड लॉ बुक है जिसके अकॉर्डिंग ही हम बनाते हैं हर चीजें. और ओरल का ये होता है, whenever they feel like they can write anything as the law if the parliament or if the president agrees with it. Now, India and USA, when we compare India and USA to that of England, these are the three major countries which we will be studying thoroughly on the Indian polity, because these are three countries which are compared again and again. So India and USA, they both follow written constitution. We have the lengthiest written constitution of this whole world. So you can see that this is a fun fact also. You can say सबसे ज़्यादा lengthiest जो हमारा पूरी दुनिया का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है वो इंडिया का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है. और जो इंग्लैंड है, इट फॉलोज ओरल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और नॉन रिटन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. So this is the picture of our Indian Constitution. You can see there is a beautiful book, and this beautiful book has a lot of laws, a lot of rules, and this is the book which is governing whole India, and our elected representatives, they use it as the base to form laws and rules into the country. Now, a major fact which I would like to tell you here, that this book, it's not at all, it's not like that this book is printed or typed. No, this thickest constitution of whole world, or the lengthiest constitution of the whole world, is handwritten. And our calligraphy artist Prem Bihari Raizada ji, he has written this whole book, whole constitution of India, and you can see the formation of the words, it's very peculiar, it's very beautiful, and also it shows, or it actually shows the varied culture and ethnicity of India. You can see here, look, this is the preamble here, this is the preamble. So like this, many of the laws are written on the pages, and this is the Constitution of India. So I have told you that we all are, like, we as India country, we are following democracy type of, or democratic type of government. Now this democratic type of government, as I have told you, there are two types of democracy. Indirect democracy, it is basically indirect one, and there is direct democracy. Now, in the indirect democracy also, we have two types of government. First is presidential government, or next is parliamentary form of government. So you have to understand till now that the indirect democracy is further divided into two parts, that is presidential type of government or parliamentary form of government. Now, a basic thing which I will be telling you here is, India is following parliamentary type of government and USA is following presidential type of government. In the further slides, I'll be telling you the difference between two. I hope this is clear. You have to understand it. These are the static questions which are asked, what type of government India is following. We are following democratic, indirect democratic, parliamentary form of government. So these are the three points which you need to remember always. So officers, this is it from my side, and I hope you all had an enjoyable learning throughout the video. I know the topic was very basic and you must have the information, but this is just the first video into the series. Also, please comment down below what all topics you want us to cover in the next videos. You can stay tuned with us for such amazing videos. You can subscribe to our channel. Also, you can download our application from the Google Play Store, that is SSB Short Academy. Stay tuned for such amazing content. Thank you all.
Don't forget to subscribe to our new channel SSB Short Plus for exclusive new videos. Also follow us on Instagram for all the latest updates. Check out a Short guide to crack SSB on Amazon. The link is in the description below.